All right, I am live. I am just here to share some yoga for the hips. So you don't need anything, but having a yoga mat is easy. Yes, you can. All right, welcome. My name is Jasmine. Let's live on our hips with some yoga today. I would recommend you have a blanket or something for your knees, a pillow, whatever. Some blocks, but you don't need it. Pillows work, or some old books, whatever. And I'm not going to be using a strap, but if at any point you feel you want to play with the strap, you could use a belt, a scarf, socks, what have you. So the first one, I feel like we all know this pose, but I want to offer some modifications in it. If maybe it feels good on your body. So to begin with, child's pose is so good for the hips, especially to begin with. Just slowly start to warm them up to begin to feel into the different ways the joints work. I'll stop moving. I'll stop talking. Let's get into this pose. So I recommend seeing what it feels like to first open your knees out as wide as they possibly will go from each other. Try to keep your big toes closer to each other. They don't have to touch. They're just in that direction. Connect your hips to your heels first, and then walk your hands to the top of your mat. And you can stay here. If you have a pillow or something, or some blocks, just set them underneath your chest for some additional support. If this is as far as your hips feel like going, and you can relax down like this. If you have some more space, allow your hands to go closer to the top of the mat. See how it would feel like to bring some blocks underneath each of your hands. You can relax down like this. If you want some love on your shoulders, you can scooch those blocks back so that they're going to rest underneath your elbows. Relax down like this. If you want even more shoulder love, bring your hands to prayer and then bend your elbows. Flag your hands up over your head. And you can stay and hold. Or inhale to straighten. Exhale to bend. Or the opposite. Some other ways that you can make your child's pose even more supportive for yourself, move these out of the way, is to plant a block underneath your chest here, a block or two, underneath your chest, or even underneath your head. And remember, you can have your support be on whatever setting it needs to. You can even put it on its highest setting here. And then something that I'd like you to play around with if you're craving some more movement in this child's pose is as you're relaxing down, wherever it may be, how would it feel to bring more of the weight over into your right hip? So you're kind of leaning your weight to the right, and then same for the left. And you can kind of just move back and forth here, or find your way over to the right and hold it. One thing that I love to do in my warm-ups here is to inhale, lift up your elbows, lift up your head, and then exhale, walk your hands all the way over to the right. So you're getting a side body stretch into your left side body. And then same thing, inhale, walk them to the top. Exhale, walk them over to the left. If this doesn't feel good in your hips, another thing you can try is just see what it's like to bring your knees together. Then walk your hands all the way to the top. Okay, so child's pose. Stay in that one as long as it feels good. Next, I've got butterfly pose for you. So you're gonna sit on your bottom. If that doesn't feel good already, take a bolster, a pillow, or a block or whatever. Sit on that. And then bring the bottoms of your feet together. Let your knees open up wide. If already your hips are like, no, your knees are like, no. Take some blocks. Slide them under your knees for some additional support. Option to stay here. So movement that feels really good is just kind of bringing your knees up, letting them open up wide. One of my favorite things to do here, though, is to grab both of your feet with your hand, one hand, and then use your other hand to gently press into your leg and then lean over the opposite direction. So you're getting a side body stretch in here. You can hold or find some movement. You can inhale up. Exhale, gently lean into your side body stretch. If you're craving more, this is not enough. Take a strap, a belt, whatever you've got, loop in. And then put this on. And then you're gonna wrap your feet inside the loop. I love this. You can stay with a long spine or work on exhaling as you fold forward. Stay in your butterfly pose as long as it feels good. Maybe just sway side to side. If the block doesn't feel like enough underneath your pelvis, try to sit on top of a block or something too. Okay, so now that we're warmed up, we got our child's pose and our butterfly. Let's try to get in a little twist. So you can stay here or grab a hold of a block, place or something, place it between your hands. And you can exhale and just simply twisting with your butterfly legs. If you're craving more feeling on your hips, see what it would be like to extend one leg all the way down your mat and then hug in your other knee. Try to gaze over your shoulder to continue with the twist. If that's enough, you're craving more. Plant your hand back behind you. See if you can hook your elbow onto your knee, deepen the twist that way. And you can hold it. Or as you inhale, try to unwind, and then as you exhale, see if you can twist a little deeper. All right, and then the other side, extend your right leg, bend your left knee. Try to feel a twist here. You can, of course, stay sitting on your blanket. All right, the next one I've got for you is just a simple low lunge. I recommend having something under your hands, something under your knees here. So begin in the tabletop pose. Your spine is long, you're gazing down. Step your right foot in between your blocks at the top of your mat. You can stay. If you're craving more, maybe move your right foot further to the top of the mat, or maybe send your left knee further back. Option to stay, just holding your lunge. Be gentle on your hips. Do not dump into your joints, but simply allow your hips to open up. This is fantastic. You can stay here. If you're craving more, see how it would feel to straighten your right leg, flex your right toes, sit your hips back, maybe walk your blocks back with you to a half splits. You can stay here or inhale back into your low lunge and then exhale, find your half split. If that half split feels amazing and you want more of that feeling, stack your blocks on top of each other, sit them underneath your right hip, and then here you can work on sitting all the way back and then just focus on that forward fold over top of your right leg. And then when you're ready, gently come out of that. I'm gonna model the other side just so we're even. So from your tabletop, step your left foot forward. Move your legs apart from each other as far as they want to go. Option to stay in your low lunge or exhale to your half split. That's one of my favorite movements here where you're inhaling to low lunge. Exhale, straighten your left leg. And then try not to round your back too much here. Keep your spine long. Feel like your heart is pulling toward your toes. All right, there's our low lunge, delicious on the hips. Keep your blocks handy. Make your way to your back. Next is bridge pose. So you want to scoot your hips as close to your heels as you can get them. Gently roll them back. Option to stay here if this is enough. Something that can feel so amazing is to press your feet down, lift your hips up, slide a block underneath you, and then relax your pelvis back down. Option to stay here. You can rest your knees onto each other or keep them pointing up. A movement that can feel really good is inhale, reach your arms up overhead, lift your hips up off of that block or blanket or a pillow, and then exhale, relax your hips back down, bring your hands back by your sides. You're gonna inhale, lift up, exhale, ground down. And then of course, some other options here too is to change whatever setting your block is on. You can also bring your blocks together, and so you have more support underneath your hips here. Option to stay. If you're craving more, hug your knees into your chest. Maybe sway side to side. And relax and breathe. All right, the next one here is figure four. So keep your left knee bent. Extend your right leg long. Can you just point and flex that foot? Maybe grab a hold of that leg. If you have a strap, you can wrap it around the bottom of your foot like so. That's why I have you here, so that you can find your figure four pose. So cross your right ankle on top of your left knee. And you can just stay here. Invite your right knee away from you. If you're craving more, try to clasp your hands back behind your left thigh or over your left shin. Really work on keeping your low back grounded here. How would it feel if you kind of rocked your body to the right a few inches, rocked your body to the left a few inches, find your spot. If you're liking movement while we're holding these shapes, just grab the whole of the back of your left leg and then inhale, extend your left leg long, and then exhale, bend that knee. And you can just work on that movement, or with each exhale, see if you can draw your knee in closer to your body while you're actively using your elbow to press your right knee away. All right, other side. Oh, another option here too is you can bring a block underneath your foot. So extend your left leg, point flex your foot, roll out that ankle, bring your left ankle to your right knee. Option to stay here or clasp your hands. Find some movement. Maybe that's rocking side to side or extending your leg long or bending it. Also remember, you can always pause this video. I'm going really fast between these. I just want to show you all the options. Pause when you like a shape and stay there. All right. The last one, pretty sure it's the last one. Oh yes, it is. So you don't need a block. I love a block for this. So press your feet up. Bring that block underneath your hips again. Relax back down. We're in our bridge pose. And then how would it feel to extend your legs all the way to the ceiling? So you're in this waterfall pose. I like the block. I think it feels good. If it doesn't feel good for you, put a blanket or something else under your hips, or just remove it altogether. You have the option to grab a hold of your legs, or maybe grab a hold of your strap or what have you. Bring it around the bottoms of your feet, and then you can hold on like so. Same thing, try to keep your low back grounded here. Inhale, does that allow you to bring in the legs a little bit more? And exhale, release, or the opposite. Just see if you can find your movement. Maybe it's inhaling to bend your knees, exhaling to extend. All right, last one actually. So this is the last one, but one more. Happy baby, bend your knees, grab the outside of your feet, draw your knees down closer to your armpits. Again, try to keep that low back grounded. In happy baby, you can just hold it or simply rock back and forth or straighten one leg and then straighten the other leg. Another thing that can feel good here too is just releasing your legs. Find your butterfly pose while you're laying down. So bottoms of your feet together, open your knees out wide. Option to bring some blocks or whatever underneath your knees for additional support. And breathe. I hope this gave you a few new ideas to try. Sorry if I went really fast. I definitely drank a lot of coffee today. But okay, enjoy. I hope after these shapes that your body feels even more amazing. All right, peace out. Make life magic. Bye.